Hey guys, what's up? It's David here from the Lego Guys, coming at you with another custom Lego review. This one being a little bit different than ones I've done in the past. Now, what you're looking at here is a diorama, a scene, if you will, a jungle scene. And you can see there's a lot going on. Now, I had this idea, I saw this really cool picture. I don't even know where it was, on the internet somewhere, and it was of an underground kind of there's more to the picture than what it seems. So what this artist would do is he would take a monument, a national monument, something with great cultural significance, like the Eiffel Tower or something, and that would be, above the surface, it's normal Eiffel Tower, but underneath would be so much more. It's like the Eiffel Tower times 5 underneath it. Just all of this awesome architecture, and it was such a cool picture. I really, 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 really wanted to emulate that into Lego. So I started work on this surround here, this dark gray rock surround, and I was gonna build a building inside of it that came up, and then on the surface would just be a little small, like a little house or an office building or something, something basic, but underneath would just be like full, just amazing architecture. So I started building this, and when I got to putting, real close to putting the top of it on, I was like, well, I kind of want to try something different. I really wanted to go that route that I was just telling you about, but I started, putting in a little road and started putting in a little stream. And then from there, I went onto Bricklink and ordered way too much, because whenever you go onto Bricklink, you always spend too much money. And I bought like 300 of these leafy plants, and I think I bought like 50 of those the 3 stalks, and so I just I flushed the thing out with every single green part I owned that looked like a plant, and it looks so cool. And well, let's dive into it a little bit more. So over here you can see that we've got a stream coming up, and in the back there's like a waterfall coming down just from the rocks into this little stream. Now, the scene that I kind of have in my mind here is this is a valley, This goes all the way, it's like the Grand Canyon, winds way up in there. So the gray background, is a little bit pretend doesn't exist, it's like it just, things keep going past that. This is just a cutout of it. Got our little road and a Jeep. Obviously the Jeep is in a little bit of disrepair. It's been there for a little while. Just plants everywhere. I put some animals in here. You can see the bird is up there. There's a scorpion right there. Back in here there's a snake. Let's see, frog. There's a fish coming out of the waterfall. There's a mouse. There's all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, I just had fun. This is something I've never done before. If you guys have the parts and ability to do this, do it. Man, it's a blast. You just let your imagination run wild. So, I'm gonna tear it down a little bit. So let's pull the Jeep out of here. It's a little bit stuck. What's it stuck on? Oh, the plants. Okay, so the Jeep here, I imagine that this is like a late 1970s, early 1980s CJ, and it was just fully decked out for jungle exploration, and they went out on this exploration, and man, it just did not go the way that they were expecting it to go. So obviously, this thing's been parked here for quite a while. We've got it in this nice tan, to show off that just comes off. Show off the nice jungle apparatus, you know. In the front there, we've got some high-performance off-road lights. It's got these big old beefy tires on it that are way too big for the wheel arches. Obviously, they had a flat tire. They do have a spare tire in the back. Why they did not use that, I don't know. The interior is pretty simple. It's just got a little bench seat in there. There's a hat left over from one of the explorers. In the back here, there's a shovel, there's a pickaxe, there's a machete. Looks like they left their backpack there. And inside the backpack, there's a... Man, it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? There's a letter, there's a coin, and there's like a pickaxe sort of thing in there. Don't really know what happened to these guys. Hopefully they made it out of the jungle all right, and they're back with their loved ones. But they obviously did have to leave the Jeep and a lot of the stuff that was in the Jeep. So there's a story behind this, man. Whatever it is, we don't really know. So just kind of leaving it out there. Make up a story in the comments and tell me what happened to these guys. You know, who they are, what happened, why did they have to leave the Jeep? You know, why did they leave their stuff in the Jeep? Why didn't they fix the spare tire, you know, or the flat tire? Just tell me what happened. We could have a little bit of fun with this here. So we take the Jeep out of the equation, and you can see it's a little bit more of a tamer jungle scene now. The road, it's been traveled on a little bit, but hasn't been for a little while. You know, there's some plants growing in the middle of it. Let's pop the camera off here a little bit. Okay. So, let's get in here nice and personal. You can see there's foliage all over this thing, all over the back wall. You can start to see some of the animals in there. Just the extensive ground cover, this nice palm tree, and the nice waterfall in the back. There's a fish popping out. You know, just cool. Just some greenery all over. A nice rock landscape. We'll pop that back down onto the holder there. All right. And then you may have seen there's some wires sticking out of the top there. Well, what's that all about? Well, let me put the Jeep back, and I will show you. I put a cool little feature into this here. And it's going to take me just a little while for me to show it off, so let me just turn off all of the lights here. Darkness. Okay. So in the back, we have a battery pack. And when we flip that on, grab our little remote here, we can turn on the lights in this little scene here. So we have 6 lights up top, and they shine down. They're Lego's old style of lights, so they're not very bright. But man, it just gives it such a cool look. You can tell I'm just all for this thing. So when you turn the lights on, my favorite part is that the waterfall just glows. You can really see that. It just brilliantly glows. It's so cool. And you know, this is, let's say it's like 11 o'clock at night. You know, it's getting dark. It's summertime. You know, it's a little bit humid out, and just the water's just like glimmering with that moonlight, and it's so cool. This diorama just lets your imagination run wild. It is so much fun. So that'll be just about it. We'll flick all the lights back on here. Oh, there we go. All right. So that'll be it for this video. This is one of like the coolest things, in my opinion, that I've built in quite a while. But tell me what you guys think of this. You know, what happened to the explorers? You know, it's like, why did they have to abandon the Jeep? What's going on? You guys let me know in the tile section down below, and we will see you guys in the next video.